your skin, that shit is popping, girl. Body on 10, damn, you got it, girl. You gotta boss up, getting them checks, living your best, racks up. Oh, keep walking with confidence. Effortlessly, you let them know who is in command. You just that and more. Don't forget it. God worked hard on you for sure. Lexus, Exodus. Shout out to my exes.
Y'all black females out here, y'all don't understand the struggles of being a black man out here in America and not knowing whether or not you gonna make it home to your children every night because of the police gunning you down.
But don't y'all be out here gunning each other now?
Okay, but we ain't talking about that.
Well, don't y'all be rapping about killing each other in music?
We ain't talking about that either. We can talk about killing each other in rap music, but we don't like the police killing us. Stay on subject, woman.
You brought up your kids. Tyrone, you don't even see your kids.
And then, yeah, I be trying to see my kids. You know my baby mamas be tripping because I don't want to be with none of them, so they be holding my kids from me. You know that.
Okay, but your baby mama saying you don't give them no child support either.
Okay, but I still be going out my way to try to see them.
They live 5 minutes from my house, Tyrone.
That is out my way, woman. See, y'all, that's why we don't like y'all black women's mouths. Y'all run y'all mouth too much. Y'all always bringing up stuff that's irrelevant.
Well, was you cheating on me irrelevant?
I only cheated on you 10 times. You act like I do it every day, bruh. See, that's why we date women of other races, man.
Hey, Booze, hey. It is Lexus Exodus, leader of the Black Woman Exodus. How are you guys doing? Like always, if you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe. Please share. Please say what's up to me in the comment section. Say what's up to me in the chat. Hey, y'all in the chat. Thank you so much for tuning in. Also, when you have a moment, please pause this video and follow the backup channel. It is called LexX. That's Lexex. You can also find the link in the description below. Also, if you have any suggestions or any ideas for any new stories, feel free to share that to me to my Gmail. That is lexusexoduschannel@gmail.com. Also, shout out to my Patreon family. I love y'all. Y'all are so dope. Y'all always show up and show out and show support. Shout out to my Discord family. The Discord chat is always so lit. If you're interested in joining and checking out exclusive content, please, you'll find the Patreon link in the description below. Lastly, y'all, before we get to it, please follow me on Facebook and TikTok. I'm trying to get better about using different social media platforms to connect with you guys. I know everybody doesn't use YouTube. A lot of you guys love Facebook. A lot of you guys really enjoy TikTok. I do too. I'll be on there way too often. So please, once you have a moment, take a second and follow me on the other social media platforms. That's at Lexus Exodus on all other platforms. Also, before we get started, very special shout out to Roadrunner89 who always supports. Please check out his channel for a very unique perspective on some of the topics that I talk about. Also, shout out to Crystal Swirls. I love you, sis. Thank you so much. She sent me a big Cash App. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for all the support, and she always shouts me out and just being so dope. I really do appreciate that, and please check her out as well if you haven't already. Side note, guys, y'all please don't feel obligated to send me Cash Apps and things like that and super chats. Y'all, I appreciate it so much, but my husband and I do extremely well for ourselves. So don't feel obligated to make monetary donations. If anything, all I ask that you guys do to show your support is to like and subscribe and to share the videos and to comment, just because that helps with the algorithm and it helps the message of my channel get promoted, and it'll help me grow. So do that. Or if you'd like, you can also check out my Patreon if you want to support in that manner as well. And the link is in the description in the bio. So, okay, so let's get to it. This is another installment of my series called the Blackistan Zoo, where we profile the dusty derelicts, crazy creatures, and animals in Blackistan. Tonight, I want to talk about the Rolling Stone. And shout out to loyal patron Robin Niece, who shared this one with me, the suggestion. So this is going to be a pretty fun one. And I wanted to do this based off her suggestion. And then also because we've seen a bunch of bullish in the media lately pertaining to these fools acting up. They don't know how to keep their peen in their pants. So we've seen Nick Cannon busting it low and spreading it wide. I think he's on his 7th child. We've also seen third trimester Tristan Thompson doing the same and running amok and just impregnating women recklessly. So I wanted to talk about the Rolling Stone tonight and talk about their dysfunction and their toxicity. So his habitat, he is located wherever he lays his hat. That is his home. And the phrase Rolling Stone is an old song reference, I believe, in a song made by The Temptations. And y'all correct me if I'm wrong in the chat and in the comments, if I'm not recollecting that correctly. All of you guys who were grown and sexy divestors who know exactly what song I'm talking about. But anyway, the song was very, very popular. It was effing trifling, but it really was revealing if you go back and listen to it now, because it documents the degeneracy of Dusties in this community. And it also illustrates how it's always been this way. They've always been toxic. They've always been problematic. They've always created fatherless home and spread a bunch of toxicity and dysfunction. So the song is pretty much about a guy whose father died. And he's having a frank conversation about his father with his mom. And he's just like, you know what, just tell me the truth. You know, I've heard some of the rumors, just tell me the truth about my father. Well, the mom spills the tea, and it turns out the father was just broke. He lied and cheated, and he was a hoe and had a bunch of secret families and fatherless, illegitimate children every damn where. And the lyrics, if you go back and look at them, they say, Papa was a Rolling Stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home. Get what I mean? So pretty much saying he was slanging peen all across the city, and wherever he put his hat down at the moment was his home. That's where he set up shop. And side note, this song was released in the 70s in 1972. So that just goes to show you the mammies who say, oh, well, you know, they don't make them like they used to. The community is only this way because the men aren't traditional anymore. They, you know, these new men, they don't have the same values as the older men do. Our grandfathers and uncles who were married for 30 to 40 years. No, they do have the same traditional values. The only difference is the women allowed and enabled and turned a cheek to that bull crap. And so they were long suffering, and they decided to remain in those problematic marriages and to deal with everything as opposed to just leaving and as opposed to just refusing to tolerate anything less than what they deserved. Because even over 50 years ago, I told y'all this song was released in 1972. This was so damn common that they were out here making songs about this bullcrap. Okay, so that's your Rolling Stone. So now that we know the profile of your Rolling Stone, let's get into a few real-time examples of this. So I want to look at this first TikTok that Robin shared with me that really illustrates this dysfunction and the problematic nature of your Blackistan Rolling Stone. So let's watch this.
I hope y'all never stop bringing me to mess. I'm 48 and have been getting new adult siblings for the past few years as my father gets right with God. But wait, I think I win though. I'm the second of my dad's 23 kids. Only 2 of the kids have the same mom, I think. Yep, 23 about to be 24. I'm calling the cops. My grandpa started dating someone younger than my mom, and now I have a 3-year-old uncle. I'm 34, my daughter is 4, her great uncle is younger than her. For some reason, the 3-year-old uncle is taking me out. I thought my great-grandfather only had 4 kids. When he died, we found the 23 other kids who were still involved in his life wild. That's more than wild. My dad cheated on my mom for 27 years with 2 of her sisters. It is rumored that several of my cousins are actually my sisters. First of all, for 27 years, why your mom still there 27 years later? Ain't no way. I'm the product of a 4-year affair. She had me at 21. My dad is 6 years older than my mom. Yeah, do the math. She was 21.
That's a hot ass mess.
4-year. Wait. My baby daddy has 26 kids ranging from 45 to 2 years old, and I'm 43. I didn't find out until after I was pregnant. So my mom had my brother and I with our father, then got with his brother, my dad, when my brother was 6 months old. Then they had my little brother, so my dad is my uncle, and my brother is my cousin also. It's giving soul food. Faith fucked my husband. Because, baby, we didn't even get into the tea.
Y'all, this is a hot mess. This is a hot mess. So this woman's followers all wrote in about the problematic toxicity of their Rolling Stone fathers. One lady said she keeps getting new adult siblings at the age of 48. One talked about having a 3-year-old uncle. One lady said her kid's great uncle is younger than her, y'all. And the other said she got 23 siblings and counting, all with different mothers. Child, this is just disgusting. And I think one said there were 26 kids ranging from age 45 to 2 years old. And then I stopped following her when she talked about the sister cousins and uncle aunts in Blackistan. She said her uncle is her cousin or some crazy-ish. Blackistan is so damn convoluted. Just a tangled ass trifling web. Just a mess. But this is your Rolling Stone, though. This is your Rolling Stone. My father had my younger sister secretly when I was 18. I was an adult, and he finally told me about her when she was about a year old. I'm quite sure that there are other secret children running around where we live. And I believe that we'll find out once they pass away, once he passes away, once that day comes when, he goes on to the next world. I believe we're going to see all sorts of secret children coming out the woodwork. Just a hot ass FMS. And we just talking about illegitimate children. Okay, y'all? Because it's harder to conceal actual human beings, So these are living, breathing people that we're talking about. But we don't know anything about the STDs that were spread in these scenarios. It's like, no wonder the STD rate is astronomical in Blackistan. Niggas don't know how to keep their peen in their pants. And then when they do slang it, they don't know how to strap up either. Child, so let's get into this next story where a married couple actually found out that they were siblings due to this trifling ass Rolling Stone-ish. So let's watch this.
All right, so I met this lady in 2008. We got married in 2011. We had our first child in 2011. We had our second child in 2015. We've been married for 10 years. We've been together for 13 years. We just recently found out we're brothers and sisters. All right, so I met this lady in
Do y'all hear that mess? So he said they've been married for 10 years. They have several children together and just found out recently that they are siblings. Okay, so add this to your list of reasons why it's so important to date out and divest. Because it is quite possible that you could be effing a cousin or a sibling due to this dysfunctional bullcrap. Just trifling. Just trifling. And they look just alike. That's some bullcrap. And they probably thinking, what do we do now? We've been married for a decade and have children. So what? Child, I cannot. Listen, okay, so let's get to Third Trimester Trifling Tristan. His Rolling Stone ass, who is currently expecting a third child with a third woman. And shout out to PC and a number of other people who shared this one with me. So let's watch this video and then let's drag, y'all. My Lord.
Tristan Thompson is allegedly expecting his third child. According to court documents obtained by Daily Mail, the 30-year-old NBA star is being sued for child support by Mara Lee Nichols, a 31-year-old personal trainer who says she is pregnant with his baby and due to give birth in December. ET has reached out to Tristan's lawyer for comment. Of course, the Sacramento King star is already dad to 3-year-old daughter True, whom he shares with his ex, Khloe Kardashian.
2, 2, okay, good. 1, 2, 3.
He also has a 4-year-old son, Prince, whom he shares with another ex, Jordan Craig. According to the court docs, Tristan's alleged third child was conceived in Houston during his 30th birthday celebration in March. At the time of his birthday, Khloe shared these family pics of Tristan and True at his party, calling him her, quote, best friend in the caption. Quote, the ones that are meant to be are the ones who go through everything that is designed to tear them apart, and they came out even stronger than they were before. The Good American founder added, quote, thank you for showing me everything you said you would, for the father you are, for the best friend I have in you. I'm thankful that I can do absolutely nothing with you, and it feels like everything. I hope you know today and every day how loved you are by me and so many. And on Thursday, the 37-year-old Keeping Up with the Kardashian star may have hinted at the drama, posting this cryptic quote to her Insta story. I just don't have time for negative energy, and even when I do, I still don't.
I always want to evolve and grow and mature emotionally.
And according to Daily Mail, in a deposition from August 5th, Tristan mentions Khloe, who he referred to as his ex-girlfriend and the mother of his child. He also acknowledges having sex with Marley at a hotel after they attended a party together. And while he claims they were only together one night, her lawyers are saying the affair began at least 5 months before his birthday and continued after she got pregnant. As for Khloe and Tristan, they split in June 2021 amid continued allegations that the athlete had once again been unfaithful. Of course, fans of Keeping Up with the Kardashians will recall the former couple first split in February 2019 amid his cheating scandal with Kylie Jenner's former bestie, Jordan Woods.
You know, things happen, and of course, I'm sorry and apologetic as much as I can be.
The makeout sesh marked the second time he had publicly cheated on Coco. Back in 2018, reports first surfaced that Tristan allegedly cheated on her with multiple women while she was pregnant with True. And when E.T. caught up with the reality star later that year, she said she wasn't focused on dating.
You guys have been through so much in your life, but what are you looking for now? You're not looking.
I'm not like intent. I'm just super happy and content, and I'm focused on work and like taking care of me, my body and soul, and True. And I'm having so much fun with her. And when I want to, I will. It's not some deliberate thing that I think that hard about.
And despite it all, the two managed to co-parent their little girl through the ups and downs.
I think everyone has to handle their co-parenting situation in their own style. It's a beautiful thing to get along with each other and for your kids to see that.
In fact, the two rekindled their romance while quarantining together amid the pandemic. And following their split, a source told ET in September that Tristan still, quote, tries to get Khloe back, adding, quote, Khloe gave Tristan several chances and after new allegations decided it was time to break things off. The two are on good terms, and at the end of the day, Khloe just wants True to have a good relationship with her father.
What a hot mess. What a hot mess. So Khloe is sitting here talking about Tristan is her best friend. Y'all, stop calling these fools y'all's friends. Because anybody who treats you like that, that's not your friend. If they lying, cheating, and betraying you regularly, that's not your friend. They said that he got this girl pregnant, allegedly the same night that he attempted to reconcile with Khloe. So they had just made up. And he impregnated this girl and conceived this new baby the same night. Child's like, with friends like that, who needs enemies? That ain't your friend, girl. And poor Khloe, I'm a proponent of a nip and tuck. I'm a proponent of plastic surgery. I feel like you should do what you want. I've gotten a breast lift personally. I've even told my husband if he wants me to have his children, he needs to plan to pay for lipo afterwards. Otherwise, I'm not doing it. But here's my thing. You should not go under the knife trying to change yourself physically without doing the inner work first. Okay? Because clearly this lady's self-esteem is in the toilet. And it don't matter how much she botches that body or changes her face to make herself feel prettier, she does not feel good about herself. Otherwise, why would she continue to tolerate this type of treatment over and over again? Just getting humiliated publicly over and over again. This don't make no damn sense. So anyway, the third baby mom that's currently pregnant apparently leaked an email exchange between them two, between her and Tristan, that he sent her after it came out that she was going to file for child support. So let's pull this up and then let's read, because this is a whole hot ass mess. Okay, so he says, you know how I feel. My feelings haven't changed at all. I will not be involved at all. By the way, if you think having this baby is going to make you some money, it's completely wrong. You are aware that I'm retiring after this season. So in terms of support, it will be whatever is required monthly for someone who's unemployed. It's Texas, so it will only be a couple of $100. Child. So you better off taking this $75,000 I'm offering, because you won't get nothing near that with having a kid with a father who's unemployed. All you'll have is a baby with a father who has zero involvement with the child and a few $100s of child support a month. This nigga ain't shit. These niggas ain't just fucking trifling. The nerve. He talking about he's not going to pay child support, so he's not going to financially support this child. He's also not going to be engaged at all and physically won't be there for this child. It's like, why did you lay down and screw the girl, dummy? Just effing dysfunctional. Use a condom. Use a condom. Wrap it up. And you see why I don't even recommend y'all messing with these high-value dusties, because this is how they move. All of them. Just pumping and dumping, creating children they don't intend to take care of. Just trifling. He told her he planned to be unemployed. That way she only gets a couple $100s to take care of her damn child, the child that he conceived, y'all. You see what I mean? Just some bullshit. Just some bull crap. Like, how dare you recklessly create these children? Because even my father-in-law says this. He says, if you don't plan to prevent pregnancy, you plan to have one, dummy. This pisses me off. It's like, okay, well then if you don't want to use a rubber, I don't recommend it. Just get a vasectomy if you know you don't want no more children. Child, like, damn, having all these damn fatherless children everywhere. Spreading all this dysfunction with women you have no intention of being with. With kids you have no intentions of raising. He said, I don't plan to be there financially nor physically. That's a first. I ain't never heard nothing like that. I've never heard anything like that, because at least a broke nigga, at least he attempts to, say what's up once every blue moon. This fool said, nope, I ain't doing neither. Tough nuts. You gonna have to do this on your own. You ain't getting no money from me, and that child ain't getting no love from me. Child, I can't. Just trifling.
Shout out to my exes.
Hey, y'all. It is Lexus Exodus, leader of the Black Women Exodus. If you didn't know already, Black women are beautiful. Black women are intelligent and incredible. Black women are phenomenal and make great wives and mothers.
I want to speak to your manager.
Black women should be respected and deserve to be loved.
Hey, shut the fuck up.
Black women deserve to be treated like human beings at least. Listen, guys, if you're like me, you are so tired of your favorite Black female content creators getting harassed by the trolls, silenced on social media, and censored by YouTube. We work so hard to stand up for Black women, and although YouTube allows us to be regularly berated, ridiculed, and degraded by Dusties every day on the platform, as soon as we say one word to clap back, we're threatened with channel violations and are told to be silent or we will have our platforms removed. The biased algorithms, inconsistently enforced policies, and persistent trolling on YouTube is unacceptable and needs to stop. If you agree, meet me over on my Patreon, where you will be able to access completely raw, unfiltered, exclusive Lexus Exodus content. You will be able to access uncut, uncensored, and ad-free content, 2 bonus videos a week, access to the private Discord community, and much, much more. So meet me over on the Patreon at patreon.com/LexusExodus. The link is also in the description below.
Shout out to my exes.
Y'all, so let's keep going because believe it or not, it gets worse. So I wanted to share with you guys this clip of Martell Halt. He is the husband from Love and Marriage Huntsville. And I don't follow this couple at all. So I'm not very familiar with them. I don't watch television at all. But I did months ago feature him on a video previously because he dragged his wife. And he was just being nasty and vile to his former wife. I actually think they're divorced now. So he was being a narcissist. He was cheating on her openly. Then, the show documented how he would gaslight her during their divorce proceedings, pretending that it was her fault and just deflecting and denying everything. Well, apparently he had a side baby at some point during the marriage, and then also proceeded to cheat on his pregnant wife during the marriage, during the damn pandemic with the side chick. So let's watch this because Carlos King just grills his ass.
Because I think So wait. So while we were supposed to be sheltered in place and we had to stay home to keep our families safe, you were leaving the house during that time.
Yeah.
Where were you going?
To the gym.
Well, the gyms weren't open.
Well, my gym was.
Were other things open that you were going to see?
Carlos is tough. Jesus Christ.
The entire world is scared because we don't know what this virus is going to do to us. And we see on the news 600,000 people in the US alone is dying from this unknown disease. Kimmy is working around the clock as a nurse, seeing people die in front of her. Your wife just had your baby. And to have your wife see her husband leave the house when everybody was told to stay. I think a lot of people say of all the times to keep your penis in the household, you whipped it out in the middle of a pandemic in order to fulfill a need that seemed more important than your wife and your kids.
That I just had a baby.
Do you see how that could make her feel?
Okay, I'm with you. You made it sound so much worse than the guy.
Well, no, I think, because I think, me saying that really puts it into context, like you were sleeping with the other woman.
No, it wasn't at the time, no.
How did she get pregnant?
Let's do the math.
Let's do the math. Go ahead. So when is your son's birthday?
I'm going to keep that.
So wait. So while we were supposed to be sheltered
Y'all, just trifling. This is your Rolling Stone, y'all. This is your Rolling Stone. And I ain't got to cherry pick for stuff like this. I don't have to search hard. This stuff just falls on my lap. The content is endless. I will never run out of content because of these fools' degeneracy. And they are trifling. They are down low. So it's like he can't just have an affair and leave it at that. He got to be low down and dirty and just drag you through the mud while at it. So he ain't just having an affair. He got the bitch pregnant while his wife was pregnant. cheated on his wife throughout the pregnancy, and did it during a global pandemic, exposing both herself and her baby to COVID. Child. So let's get into this next Rolling Stone, Nick Cannon. So let's watch this video of Nick trying to justify this bullcrap.
Follow me in the guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Our guy.
Nick Cannon.
We here. Or as the streets say, Nick No Condom Cannon.
That's right. Is that what they say?
The fertilizer. The fertilizer.
How many do you want, Nick? How many do you want?
Man, honestly, I always used to joke around. I was like, I wanted the 12, is that the 12 tribes? Like I was really but I, somewhere 10 to 12, I wouldn't be
Why so
mad.
many? Just
You got so many too.
I got 5 and 1 on the way. So I don't have to 6, but I'm stopping it.
Really?
I'm stopping.
Are you sure? Is it the beauty of fatherhood, man? When you really talk about like the essence of living in as a father too, man. I've learned so much just from my children, man. Like, and it's so amazing. And I really just love being around my kids and just that youthful energy. It feels like you get to relive every time.
All the time. I love that.
And I think because, I've been through so much in my life, physically, mentally, and spiritually, like the best place that I find is the time that I spend with my kids and the energy, and to get as much of that as possible, to pass on, all that I've lived into something else. That's why I do it, man.
It's not the number of kids, though. I guess people question the different baby mothers. That's what.
Why do people question that? I mean, because that's a Eurocentric concept when you think about the ideas of like you're supposed to have this one person for the rest of your life, and really that's just a classified property when you think about it. I mean, like when you go into that mindset, if we really talking that talk, like just the idea that a man should have one woman, we shouldn't have anything. I have no ownership over this person. Like if we're really talking about how we coexist and how we populate, it's about what exchange can we create together. So I've never really subscribed to that mentality. I understand the institution of marriage and stuff, but if we go back to what that was about, that was the classified property. That was because a father gave another man his daughter for land. So when you really get to that concept, it's like, all right, we got to change all of this up because I don't want ownership over anybody. I don't have ownership of any of the mothers or like we create families in that sense, and we created a beautiful entity. So I get into it because I don't, those are the concepts that a lot of people, because we're so indoctrinated into it, like we have to have it this way. I'm not, I don't subscribe to that. I actually think women are blessing us. Those women and all women are the ones that open themselves up to say, I would like to allow this man in my world, and I will birth this child. So it ain't my decision. I'm following suit. So
I respect that game you running on them ladies. Wow, Nick, that's what you spitting? That's the dream you selling? Wow.
So the women that they're the one. I'm the one that's in the scenario to where I have to follow suit on what they decide.
Well, I heard people say that they think you having all these kids with different women is selfish because you can't possibly give the time to all of the different kids.
Again, time is a man-made construct. When you if we're talking quantity over quality, I mean everybody knows the difference between that. I mean, I grew up in an unorthodox household, so I do understand. Oh man, I wish my father was there more. I wish my mother was there more. I grew up, a lot of times where my grandmother was the matriarch. So I understand the purpose of that, but it truly is, and not to, because I don't have to prove myself to nobody, but anybody who knows me, man, and every single one of my kids, I'm at every basketball game, at every martial arts practice, and people don't understand how I do it, but that's literally my children are my priority. And we know big families. We know people who got 10, 12 brothers and sisters who live in the same house, some who don't. It's all about being present. And I always say, for all of those people that say, man, there's no way he can do it, sit back and watch.
Now, listen,
Okay, in breaking news, I literally just read a story while making this video that apparently Nick Cannon's youngest child has passed, which is extremely sad. And I feel very bad that happened. As a parent myself, I don't wish that pain on anybody. I will say, though, I think that this will be a pivotal and transformative moment for the mother of this child that passed, as she realizes that not only did she have to experience that pregnancy alone, but now she'll have to grieve the death of her child alone. All because this man is out here creating so many fatherless homes. He's creating so many children with women he has no intentions of being with. Okay? And, you know, in this video, we saw him try to justify this bullcrap with that Hotep bullcrap. Talking about, oh, being married and parenting children with one woman is a Eurocentric concept. Time is a Eurocentric concept. It's like, come on, dude. So damn dumb. Dusties are so damn dumb. Because studies show statistically that children in fatherless homes don't fare well. They just don't. They suffer in school. On average, they're more susceptible to alcohol and drug abuse. They're more vulnerable to being taken advantage of and victimized and sexually assaulted in a lot of cases. So the stats say that the nuclear family is important. These fools just like to live in La La Land. And as far as I'm concerned, Nick is a whole deadbeat. Like I said, I don't give a damn how much money you have. Like Charlamagne even said, there's no possible way you can have enough time to be able to be fully present and engage and to father successfully 7 children in 6 different homes. Like, let's forget the time aspect of it. It's just not possible due to the law of physics. You can't be in 6 different homes at once. Child, I can't. So I want to get into this last case of your Rolling Stone comedian D.L. Hughley, who shared a while back about how he also fathered children outside of his marriage. So let's watch this and then we will chat.
You talked about before how you had a baby outside of your marriage.
Sure.
And the boyfriend of the mother ended up killing the child?
Sure. Shook it or...
How old was this child?
9 months.
9 months old.
Yeah.
Wow. So were you had a relationship with the child and you were...
I was a scared kid. I was trying to keep it under wraps. I was hustling to pay.
Oh, so this was early on.
Yeah, it was early
okay.
on. And I was hustling to pay child support. And I remember she had come to me and said, if you don't put me on your life insurance, I'm going to tell your wife what happened. And I decided that I would have one great weekend with my family, and then that Sunday I would tell them what happened, because I wasn't going to make that leap and put them on my life support, my life insurance, and until I got confirmation, until I'd gone to take the DNA test and all that. And so that was like a Thursday. And then, and it was an Easter, which would have been that Sunday. So I decided I would go to church with my family, and I would tell them after church, and getting ready to spend my last weekend with my family. And
you figured your wife was going to leave you after that?
Oh, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Okay. So that was a dumb plan in retrospect, but so Saturday night I'm performing at Maverick Flats in Los Angeles. My friend calls me and says, the baby's in the hospital. He's not going to make it. And I remember praying that God would take this off me all that time. I was like, and instantly I thought 2 things. My prayer was answered, and it was the worst thing
in the worst possible way it was answered. Yeah.
So I go to the hospital and I walk past the family, and he is laying there in the bed, and I see him, and I see her and her boyfriend and her family, and they're all staring daggers at me. And I went to him and I tell him I'm sorry, because I know I would have, or I like to believe that I would have been a father. I was scared. That's no excuse, and I'm not making one. And I don't want anybody to think I am making an excuse. I'm giving this just from a clinical perspective. This is what happened. So I go home, and it was the quintessential bittersweet moment. So I go to church with my family. I pull over to a phone booth. I call the hospital, and they ask me who I was, and I tell them that I was his father, and they say he just passed. And it was the same moment that I had planned in my head to tell my wife. that I hadn't, what had happened.
Was the boyfriend charged?
Yeah, he went to jail. Yeah.
A long time?
Not long enough.
Not long enough.
He's out. So he killed a kid. He's here.
Killed your kid?
Yeah, he did.
Did you feel a sense of revenge you needed to have?
I feel a lot of things.
Yeah. Very sad, man. What was this? You already had kids at this time.
I did. But it wasn't, listen, I felt that I didn't have the right to feel revenge because I wasn't in his life. And I felt that somebody robbed me of something. And I feel right now that it's something I think about. Every time something good happens to me, I think about that. Sure.
How did your wife take that whole thing?
Well, my wife didn't know about that till years later where...
Oh, okay. You kept it quiet.
Yeah, because, again, I was a coward. I'm not disputing it. So, years later, the girl I had the baby with, I just couldn't take it. So, a couple years later, I just told my wife. And back then, you could go to the gate without buying a ticket. It was before 9/11. So, you could just meet people at the gate. Remember that? So, my family would always meet me at the gate. So, I had told my wife months earlier, I get off the plane, my wife is there. The girl I had the baby by is at the airport. And she sees me and I see her, she sees my wife. And I don't know what was on her mind, but I got the sense. She was like, oh, I got you now. So when we walked off, I walked up to my wife. I said, this is the girl I had the baby by. And my wife said, I'm sorry for your loss.
That was that.
It wasn't, well, then years later, it's just a long story because it never. Yeah. So then years later, the girl, it jammed her up too, like it did me. But I wasn't the mother and I wasn't with her every day. And she started asking for money. She needed some money. And I told her my wife would have to take care of it because I couldn't. So her and my wife talked and my wife started giving her money. Now, here's the horrible thing about that.
So your wife was giving her money years later after the fact. Okay.
And so the condition was that she could never ask me. My wife would take care of it. So my wife took it from my allowance that I never got back. So I don't know if she's still giving it to her or not.
Okay.
But I know that I don't get that money.
She took a chunk out of the out of the
file. And I can't go, hey, are you still
Black women, y'all. Do y'all see this bull crap? This man has been married to his wife since 1986, y'all. So again, when y'all see these posts or hear these stories about men being different back then, and about how our aunties and our grandmother, how they were all married for decades, and everybody talking about that's marriage goals or relationship goals, just know this is the type of bull crap the wife has been putting up with behind closed doors for decades. Just some bull crap. So he knocked up the side chick. She said, hey, fool, this is your kid, so you need to take care of the child that you helped me conceive. Put us on your life insurance, like a father should do for his children. And instead of simply doing that, or better yet, instead of just keeping his peen in his pants in the first place, this fool prayed that the baby will be gone and then acted stupid when it actually happened. So here comes another Dusty who hurt the baby and the baby passed. And DL even says, even after that, his cowardly ass didn't even end up fessing up to it. This is so messed up, y'all. And I'm a firm believer in the power of words. Like our aunties say, you have the power to speak life or death in your tongue. So I do believe that you can speak things like this into existence. So the poor baby passed away. And he didn't care about this child, didn't even tell his wife until he had no choice but to. He even talks about after that, years later, the wife ended up having to write the side chick checks. Just just a hot mess, y'all. Just a hot ass mess. And these are only the stories that we know about, that we're aware of. We know how secretive Blackistan can be about their bullish. Just imagine the stories that we don't know about. Because these men are just wreaking havoc and dysfunction and trauma and turmoil and spreading confusion everywhere they go. Y'all, divest, y'all. Please divest, because this is some bull crap. All right. That's all I got. Until next time. See you guys. Bye.
If y'all come across a red iPhone, can you please bring it to the sound stage? Red iPhone, appreciate it.